Hello, everybody, and welcome to This Week in Astrology with your friend Gretchen Heidel, full-time astrologer, life coach, Reiki master, and so much more. I am here tonight on Monday night is our Monday night date, our Monday night broadcast on September 25th, 2023. I'm here going over this week in astrology. So I'm going to go over September 25th all the way until October 1st. Yay, we are in Libra season. So there's a lot going on this week. This week is pretty busy astrologically speaking, especially since we are about to have this full moon, super moon in Libra, or in Aries, because we're in Libra season. So welcome to everybody who is joining me live tonight here on Facebook. Welcome. And also I am co-recording for my friends on YouTube. I always post the after replay on YouTube, and then I record live on Monday nights on my Astrology Updates by Gretchen Heidel Facebook page. So if you ever want to join the live party, go ahead and do that. And if you're watching the pre-recorded, welcome. I'm so happy to see you. Go ahead and post your astrological sign below in the comments and where you're tuning in from, what location. And if you know your sun, moon, your rising sign, the big three in astrology, I'd love to hear that as well. So welcome for those of you who are joining. If somebody could just comment very quickly below, that would be great, because I don't know if anybody can hear me or not, but everybody's being quiet so far. But we have a big week in astrology. I'm going to be going over the big super moon, full moon coming up in Aries is going to be this week. There's some astrological energies behind that full moon that are sort of interesting, we'll call it. We'll say interesting. Oh yay, a bunch of people are joining live. That's awesome. Kelly, hello. Gemini, Leo rising Pisces moon, welcome. Emily in Vermont, Sag, Cancer, Scorpio, love that, welcome. Melinda, Capricorn, Scorpio, and Cancer, love that, welcome. And if you want to go ahead and post below, like the live, because that helps the algorithm to get rolling, and we're going to have some people joining. We had a lot of, I'll say, energy last week too. I'll just briefly touch on that while people are joining. We had some energy we had the sun moved into the astrological sign of Libra over the weekend, and that was on Saturday the 23rd. So in case you missed my broadcast from last week, we are officially in Libra season, so that's amazing. But there was a lot going on last week. There was like a Pluto thing, and there was the sun opposing Neptune last week, and so some of the energy was good, but some of it was a little bumpy. I don't know if anybody felt that from last week or not. Hey Kate, welcome. Scorpio from Chicago. But we had just a little kind of up and down. We had the autumnal equinox over the weekend, which is when the sun moves into the astrological sign of Libra, and that happens all the time. It's kind of interesting, a lot of people that say, oh, I don't really follow astrology or whatever. I'm like, but you kind of do secondarily because the planets are always doing something, whether we like it or not, they're always doing it. Yeah, Kelly said last week was a little crazy for her. Yeah, I kind of had it was a little bit up and down, and there was a lot of clients calling me for sort of emergency sort of sessions and please fit me in and things like that. Hey Sylvia, welcome. Gemini, she said, woof, what a weekend. Yeah, I mean, I think that's something that there was a lot going on, and we got, whenever that happens, even if some of the stuff is good and some of the stuff is a little challenging, we feel it on the planetary plane as like stuff happening. We feel like there can be stuff going on. So whenever we're getting that much downloads, and whenever we're getting, all that kind of thing, it kind of like comes into our planet, and we feel it on a collective sort of level. Hey Holly, welcome. Hi Astro Peeps, she said, Libra Sun. Hope you did well with your dental surgery. We sent you lots of love and prayers last time. Robin, welcome. Gemini, yay. So this week in astrology is a little bit, I almost want to say quieter, but it's not really. Like there's kind of a midweek sort of kind of lull. But remember, as we get to the end of the week, what we're doing is we're building towards that full moon. And so I can't really say it's quiet, because leading up to the full moon, it still starts to get a little cray, we'll say. Okay, so today I'll start now. So today on Monday, September 25th, we had Mercury formed a trine with Jupiter. Now, this happened actually 3 times in a row between Mercury in Virgo and Jupiter in Taurus. And so because of Mercury went retrograde, Jupiter went retrograde, Mercury retrograde is now over. But because of those things happening, we were experiencing this several times, actually. So on September 4th was another time that Mercury and Jupiter formed a trine. And on August 9th, Mercury and Jupiter formed a trine. And now today, Mercury and Jupiter formed a trine. So remember that Jupiter makes everything bigger, and when it aligns with Mercury, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of conversation, there's a lot of texting, there's a lot of writing or emailing or communicating in some way. And so that's just something that we have to kind of keep in mind when these two are active. Now, the peak of it was today at 8:10 a.m. Eastern time. Earlier than that, if you live on the West Coast or in a different time zone, you have to make the adjustments for the times that I give. I always post and talk in Eastern time zone, which is New York in the United States. So Mercury trine Jupiter just increases our communication and also possibly travel, and kind of makes it all bigger. So whatever you're going through, we're going through, and it's increasing and it's getting bigger and growing and all that good stuff. Now, this is the last of 3. Like I said, it's a trio, and this is the last one. So if you I always give my dates on here, and one of my clients came up with a really good idea and said, if you can't remember what you were doing during those dates, look on your phone and see what pictures you were taking around that time, because a lot of us take pictures of all kinds of things. And so what was going on those dates for you, and you can sort of remember, or obviously if you have a journal or something, you can remember what's going on. Hey, Jocelyn, welcome. Holly said, yes, I think thank you, or all good, or whatever. So yeah, that's awesome. So that's how we start the week, and that is busy in itself. I mean, even over the weekend we were feeling this, because remember, we always feel it more as we head up to the event, and then after the event's over and it crests, that's when we start to get on the sort of downside from it. So we're already on the we're kind of releasing this, but it'll still be active for a couple of days this week, and it's just a lot of talking. Now remember that we have to not talk so much and sometimes listen as well. I mean, that can be a thing with this, but we'll have a lot of people wanting to talk or needing to talk or whatever it is. Now, like I said, this week on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's kind of quiet-ish. There's a couple of minor planetary transits going on, but then as we get into the full moon, and that's really what the deal is, the full moon is the big sort of deal this week. Remember that as we get up to the full moon, it's the same thing. It's like climbing Mount Everest. You get up to the top, you get to the peak. Whew, that was hard. And then we got to get back down again. And so that's basically what the deal is. So I'm going to talk about this full moon, the super moon. And again, this is the last of 3 months worth of super moons. We technically had 4 super moons, but they started all the way back in July. We had a super moon, and then we had 2 super moons in August, and then now we're having the 4th and final super moon in September, and this one's going to be in Aries. This is the final super moon of 2023, and the final of this end of a run of super moons that we've had. This super moon is going to be taking place on Friday on September 29th, and that's going to be 6 degrees Aries. So if you're born more in the around the let's say 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th of March, this is your super moon. Okay, so if you are an Aries, that is your super moon, or if you're a Libra, this is also because the sun and the moon, this is the time when the sun and the moon oppose each other. So Libra is at 6 degrees sun, and then Aries is 6 degrees moon. And so these two are opposite of each other. That's what always happens during this full moon. Happy birthday, Holly. Holly said that her birthday is on this full moon. So if everybody wants to wish Holly a happy birthday, yay. And don't forget to like this post because it gets it rolling in the algorithm. It looks a little slow tonight. I don't know why, but that's what's happening. By the way, on Facebook, if you're on Facebook, on the top right-hand corner of the post, there's like 3 or 4 little dots. If you click on that, it gives you a drop down, and you can actually ask to be notified when I go live, because I do go live every Monday night, but every once in a blue moon, like we had last month, right? A blue moon, I will go live at other times too. So you might want to make sure that you get notified when I'm on. Anyway, Aries full moon. This is happening at 5:58 a.m. Eastern time. So again, earlier than that at 2:58 a.m. if you're out on the West Coast or somewhere in between. Now, what is the deal with this full moon? So this full moon is the ending, the wrapping up, and the culmination of what was already started during the last new moon that took place in Aries. So if you think about the new moon, we set our new moon intentions. Now we're coming to the end of that cycle. Oh, thank you, Holly. Ding, ding, ding. 100 stars. That's my first stars of the evening. Thank you so much. If anybody wants to give stars, it's like a little way of giving like a tip or a little financial donation to the broadcast. So thank you very much for that. So what was started during this last new moon was on March 21st, 2023, and that was the day after the spring equinox. That new moon was at 0 degrees Aries, and now we're at 6 degrees Aries. So you can see the moon is kind of right hovering in that beginning stages. So we must be starting something new, but here's the catch. I always find the Aries full moon to be, I'm an Aries myself, so disclaimer, but I do find it to be a little bit confusing, because if you think about Aries is about starting new things, and the full moon is about ending things. So this is like an ending and a beginning, like sort of all in one, sort of like weird, you know, it's like this, the symbol of the snake swallowing its own tail. It's a little bit of a strange mixture of energies because we're supposed to be finishing and yet starting. So here's the thing. We are going to start something. And again, the next new moon is always coming. There's always, in 2 weeks, there's going to be another new moon. That's going to be a ring of fire solar eclipse, and that's coming on October 14th. That's going to be in Libra. So you can hear Libra and Aries are very activated right now. So we got to get rid of things in order to start something new, right? I mean, we're going to have a new cycle beginning soon. So we do have to get rid of, purge, release, or let go of something in order to gain something new. It's kind of like if you want to buy another sweater or something and you have 45 sweaters already in your closet. So you might have to make room and get rid of some of those sweaters in order to bring the new sweater into the house. And so that's kind of like the premise behind this. Now, this can be getting rid of anything. The other thing is, what were we starting back in that time? Again, you can look through your phone, March 21st. What were you beginning? What were you working on? What were you starting? And that is the time that you can sort of look and say, okay, I started this new thing. Maybe there's elements that we have to let go of, or elements that are not working, or, you know, we have to kind of do an evaluation. Now, it depends on where Aries is in your personalized astrological chart in order to know how that will affect you personally. So what area, what house is it in? And is the moon or the sun hitting any planets that might be in that department? But if you don't know that, okay, how do you get along with Aries? Are you in Aries? Do you have planets in Aries? Your sun, your moon, your rising, Venus, Mars, anything in Aries. Also, how do you feel during that time of year? Okay, so around March, like I said, 28th, 29th, 30th in the Aries season, how do you feel around that time? And that can be something that can give you a clue as to how you experience Aries. A lot of people are wishing Holly happy birthday. Yay! So here's the thing with Aries. Aries is a very strong-minded cardinal. It's number 1. It's the first sign of the zodiac. It's a cardinal sign, #boss. of all of the fire signs. So it's a very powerful sign, but so is Libra. Libra is hashtag boss of all of the air signs. So here we have two cardinal signs getting activated here. So we're really looking at initiation and leadership, really, as far as this goes. Now, here's the problem. During full moons, there can be tension and there can be too many chefs in the kitchen. Libra wants everything to be copacetic, like wants everybody, like, let's get along, let's just kind of sort of just be chill, let's be nice, honey bunny. And then Aries is like, hell no, like, I'm just gonna say it like it is. Aries can be a little bit aggressive. The ruler of Aries is Mars, the god of war. So Aries can be a little aggressive, a little blunt, a little too, and so we have to watch that. We have to watch that because there could be a lot of anger issues out there going on. And especially since now I'm going to talk about some of the, like, sort of the energy that's kind of operating behind the scenes, especially since Mercury is going to actually be active all around this particular full moon. So on Wednesday, Mercury, that was Mary's, Aries and Mercury, if they had a baby, that was Mary's, I don't know. Mercury in Virgo still is going to be forming a quincunx with Chiron. That's going to be on Wednesday at 7:31 p.m. On the day of the full moon, on the 29th, Friday, Mercury is going to be semi-square Chiron, Ceres. So we're going to have to, with the Chiron thing, we're going to have to heal something. With Ceres, we're going to have to look at nurturing and caretaking. And then the day after that, on Saturday, Mercury is going to form a semi-sextile with Mars, and that's going to be on Saturday the 30th at 4:36 a.m. So you can see that Mercury is very active. So this is talking, this is, again, emailing, texting, talking, all that stuff. And then even on Saturday the 30th, we have a major, those three things were minor planetary things, but then we have another major planetary thing where Mercury is going to form a trine. Again, that's positive. Trines are positive with Uranus. But again, Mercury and Uranus are the live wires of the zodiac. Uranus, Mercury, and even Venus are going to all be involved with this full moon. It's going to be like a little party, a full moon party. And with all of this energy, especially with Uranus being very erratic sometimes, very sort of, unstable, like a little anxious, that all of that stuff can come up. And it's almost like anxious, bordering on getting angry. I mean, sometimes people get angry. One of the things that can be related to is fear, actually. Why did you run out in the street like that? That's not actually being angry. That's actually being scared, right? If you're saying that to a child, right? Like, let's say, or a dog, or something like, don't you run out on the road like that. How could you? You're crazy, But it's like this outpouring of anger, because really it's an outpouring of caring and it's an outpouring of anxiety. But the person who's on the receiving end doesn't feel that way. It's like, whoa, why did you come at me like that? And so we have to really watch that sort of Mercury, Aries, like Uranus, all this mixture of planets going on. That is going to be involved. So Mercury is in Virgo. So if you're Virgo, you will be involved in this. Libra, Aries, obviously. Ceres is in Scorpio. So you've got some Scorpio energy there. Mars is in Libra. So another Libra thing. And then the other thing is, because there's more, Venus is going to form a square on the day of the full moon. So this is like the one that's really in the heart of it. Venus is going to form a square with Uranus on that day, on Friday, again on the 29th. And Venus is in Leo and Uranus is in Taurus. So this is a lot of signs that are going to be involved. You hear me saying all the different signs and going, you might be going, "Ooh, you didn't call me out. Thank you." But But I mean, it's a lot. It's basically all the earth signs are going to be involved with this. So this is a lot, you know. I mean, we got Virgo, Taurus, probably Capricorns will feel it just on the outskirts because that's your element, you know. All the fire signs are going to feel this because of Sagittarius and Leo. Like I said, Aries and Libra are going to feel this. So it's like there's a lot of people that are going to be involved with this. So the key is, what's the key? How do we mitigate some of this? Well, remember that Aries is just passionate. At the end of the day, Aries is a very passionate sign, and this is a lot of passionate energy. So whether we're passionate about, you know, don't run out in the street, or if we're passionate about, you know, making love, or we're passionate about our job or our career, or we're passionate really about a hobby, or if we're passionate about some kind of a thing, you know, all of that is basically something that we really are passionate about. And so we just have to remember that some of this is just, it needs a good healthy outlet. So going for a walk, going for a run, a hike, you know, getting some of this energy out, because that's what Aries/Mars is really, it's just energy. And so we need to kind of come up with that and sort of really feel that feeling. Some people are texting me behind the scenes that they can't find me tonight on the live, and I don't know what's going on, but it's all these texts are coming through that, oh, you're not live tonight? Well, I am live. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure what's going on. So again, if you can share, post, like, all the good stuff that you guys are doing tonight to help me, I appreciate it. I don't know exactly what's going on with the algorithm, but such a mystery, that algorithm. But anyway, so with Aries, there's a couple of stones that I kind of came up with tonight for Aries. Now, let's say you're a very timid person, or you're a person who needs a little chutzpah. Oh, by the way, I said chutzpah and it reminded me. Happy Yom Kippur. I know that it started on Sunday night and tonight it ends, but happy Yom Kippur if you celebrate. But if you need a little courage, if you need a little strength, if you need a little confidence, if you need a little, you know, a little bit more of like, stand up for your rights and stand up for what you believe in. Let's say you're more of a shyer person, or a person that has trouble sort of expressing themselves or advocating for themselves. So these are very good stones to use if you are an Aries. So here you are with some carnelian. Aries color is red, so carnelian is a really good stone. I'm trying to show it to you without the light sort of shining on it, but I'm not sure if you can see it, but yeah, that's a beautiful stone. Carnelian is something, this one is tiger iron and has carnelian in it, but it also has hematite and tiger's eye. It's called tiger's iron, but there's also little bands of carnelian that are kind of run through it. Another good Aries one, by the way, is bloodstone. And this one is really cool. I don't know if any of you can see this or not. I'm trying to put it up to the camera here. There's a lot of there's red, and then there's also green and light green flecks in it. And so that's something that is very helpful. By the way, this is helpful for not only Aries, but also Scorpios as well. And so if you need a little bit of that, bloodstone is very, very, very powerful healing stone. I love that stone. So I like to have that near me or on me around my body. Now, what if you need the opposite? Like, let's say you are already feisty. You're an Aries, you're Sagittarius, Leo, or you're just having a feisty week and you're feeling too much Aries energy. Well, the opposite on the color wheel from red is actually green. So if you need to chill out a little bit, that fire energy, and you need to embrace some more green energy, you know, jade, aventurine, any of these greener stones can help to sort of counteract or counterbalance some of this Aries energy. If you're already bold and you're already overly feeling the heat and you're grumpy and you're cranky and you're all that, you want to cool it down with some green. And that can help this energy to kind of chill out, cool down, and just sort of be that way. So yeah, I hope that helps with all of these stones. And the other thing is that the archangel that actually is associated with Aries is Ariel. So, you can pray to Archangel Ariel. She is the lioness of God, or the lion of God. Remember that the archangels really don't have a sex assigned to them, but it's a they them situation. But a lot of people portray Ariel as a woman or female, but it doesn't matter. She's the lioness of God, and so she's all about strength, and she's kind of a badass. I mean, when it comes to being an archangel, she's really powerful. She's the strength of God, and she is in charge of the elements, the earth, wind, air, fire, all water, is Ariel, Archangel Ariel. She's very much in charge of nature, and nature is a force to be reckoned with. And but if you need some personal strength, if you need some chutzpah and some wisdom and some chilling out, that's Archangel Ariel. Now if you want to know about Archangel Ariel, she's really fascinating. She's associated with the number 4 or 444. And that's Archangel Ariel. And she's associated with the color light pink. So if you see light pink and you're praying to Archangel Ariel, this is another good, this is rose quartz, but this is another good stone to sort of think about. Now, we're having like I said, going back to the Aries Libra energy, Aries and Libra both have a little bit different agendas, right? So Libra's all about peacekeeping and Aries is all about the fight. So somewhere in the middle is where we can, kind of try to strive to land. We don't want to be a pushover, and then we don't want to be a bully either. So, we want to be kind of more in the middle. This is also a dichotomy, or, because every full moon has like a little bit of a struggle associated with it. Libra's all about relationships and Aries is all about the self. So here we are again. Share well with others, and all that good stuff. Aries is in charge of taking care of number 1 and figuring out, well, what makes you happy and all that. But Libra's like, well, wait a minute, there's a partner, there's somebody else. So we have to kind of come into the middle. In psychology, they call that interdependence. Dependence or codependence. Dependence is you're dependent on somebody else, like a baby or a child. Codependence is that, you sort of put everybody else's needs before your own, and you make somebody else like the focus of your life. And interdependence, which is what psychologists call healthy, is where I do me, you do you, and then we come together sometimes too. So interdependence is that you're each separate, autonomous people, but you also commingle and love each other and have a partnership as well. And that's what interdependence is. And I think this full moon might kind of highlight some of that and might, kind of make it so that we have to sort of think about those things in our relationships. This is very much relationship oriented. Now, if you're single and you're like, well, I don't have a partner right now, or I'm wanting to have a partner, this is also loving yourself, looking within yourself, and also thinking about really what do you lend to partnerships? What do you give to partnerships? And what would you like to get back? That's kind of this sort of conversation and this thought process behind this particular full moon. But it is all about, we're starting something new. Aries and Libra are interesting because it's the fall and the spring equinox. So if you think about it, they're both like sort of, seasons that we're kind of celebrating and we're getting into. And these particular moons, the last new moon and this full moon, are both around the equinox times. And so it's something that is going on. So I hope that helps as far as the Aries sort of thing, but this is what the deal is. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to let me know. I'm still getting texts from people that are saying they can't find me on, I don't know why, but I don't know. Now the other element of this, and again, bringing into the conversation, is the romantic aspect, is Venus is forming a square with Uranus. Now, Venus is all about the goddess of love and beauty, and Uranus, again, is that destabilizer. So Uranus likes to be independent, likes to do my own thing. So this very much could, I foresee this causing some problems in relationships, because somebody in the relationship might want to feel like doing their own thing, being independent, don't bother me, I want to go. And then it's like, but wait, we had a date, or like, what's happening? I feel like there's a lot of this that's going to be a push-pull. Being independent is fine. It's okay. as long as you communicate with your partner, or as long as you communicate with your loved ones, and so they don't worry or they don't feel insecure. I wrote about that on my tidbit. Actually, for tomorrow's tidbit. I'm trying to do my tidbits a little bit earlier, so I hope that helps. But I'm trying to do. Anyway, I posted about my tidbit about how we're going to be wanting and needing to sort of, have safety and have security and feel good and all of the stuff that we need to feel. And again, not being so dependent and codependent, and not being so independent that we're like, I don't need you, I don't need anybody, I'm an island, I'm on my own. And so we want to, having that lovely interdependence. And it doesn't have to be with a relationship. You don't have to have a love relationship. It could be a friend, a partner, a business partner, somebody, that, it's not probably not super healthy to be, completely a hermit, unless if that's really what makes you happy. But, so it's something to think about. It's not, and if you have any attachment stuff, this could come up around this time as far as we're talking about this full moon. So here we're starting something new, we're finishing something, we're wrapping up something, we're completing something, and that's what full moons are all about. It's a peak time, we're going to be feeling peak energy, and there could be some anger, there could be some boldness. Now, I'll tell you, it's just sort of one of those things that we really, need to have extra patience. Somebody's asking about Venus-Uranus square. I'm not sure what degree it was. Don't know. I don't have my book in front of me. But yeah, just know that it's happening, in the 20-something degree area, for sure. So Venus, Uranus square, it also, I should say this for that, it is, new relationships that are born around Uranus transits tend to be flings. They usually tend to be no strings attached, sort of I'll see you when I see you kind of relationships. They're not usually great for forming a full partnership, or like if you really want a commitment. That's more of a Saturn thing. That's not a Uranus thing. That's more of a Saturn thing. So there's that. So, and then, really that's it for the week, but it's a lot of things. And even, I can post Kelly on after the video's over. Even, the next week, the following week, as we get into the beginning of the week, and I'm going to be seeing you guys after this, but on next Monday, on October 2nd, we have Mercury forming an opposition with Neptune. So when we have Mercury forming an opposition of Neptune, doesn't that seem very familiar when the Sun formed an opposition with Neptune? And that happened last week on Tuesday, on September 19th. Now we have Mercury opposing Neptune. And this is foggy, fuzzy, and this is happening next Monday. So we go through, what's going to happen is we get through this week. There's not major transits until we get to that full moon, but again, remember, it's a big full moon. So as we get to that full moon, it's going to form and form and form. There's a lot of this tension kind of going on. There's a lot of talking with Mercury involved. Venus is involved, so there's romantic feelings. Uranus is involved, which is like, leave me alone, I want to do my own thing. And then we have like this weird energy on Monday, which is Mercury opposing Neptune, which is about miscommunications. I didn't understand, you didn't understand. So before we assume, before we jump into the fray, before we kind of freak out, and before we, do something, it's one of those things that we have to really, pick and choose our battles, and don't jump to conclusions. Get clarity. Ask questions. We have Mercury going on, so ask those questions. Like, what did you mean when you said you need more space? Like, it's good to sort of ask these questions. I just got a notice now on Facebook that my Facebook page has been disabled. I don't know what's going on. I hope that you guys, obviously you guys can see me that are on this, but I don't know what is happening here with my Facebook page. Something is going on. I hope it's okay. Anyway, you guys are the best. I love you for hanging in there. You guys are great on these Monday nights. Man, Mercury's been direct, but it's been very wonky, I feel. Yeah, Kelly said, what? I found you on Facebook. Sylvia said you're on Facebook. I don't know. I'm getting all these weird messages behind the scenes. It's kind of weird. So I hope that helps. I mean, like, and then I should say, even this Mercury trine Uranus thing the day after the full moon, you know, again, this is quirky stuff. So maybe this is what's glitching out my broadcast, even though Mercury's not retrograde. All this mercurial stuff is going kind of cray-cray. So yeah, so that's this week in astrology, but it's all about the full moon. It's all about this Mercury. It's all about Venus. It's all about Uranus. It's this big conglomeration, kind of a mess, a little messy. And so there's going to be a lot of energies that are active. All you can do is just have patience and just sort of, you know, feel, you know, your feelings, stay in your power, your personal power, and get some good grounding. Like I said, with this green stone, if you need a little less Aries energy, a little less aggressive energy, you know, if you're driving somewhere around this time and someone cuts you off and someone does whatever, just let them go. Just let them go. You can't fight with yourself. So people are being kind of grumpy. Just let them be. Don't, you know, just let them be. This is not the time to have a big political debate or a big religious debate or some kind of hot topic debate. This is not the time to do that, because things, as you can see, could really like blow up and could really, I don't know, it's like a little incendiary, a little fiery. So we need to kind of watch that. Yay! I hope that helps. So if anybody has any questions, somebody asked me to pull a card, I will definitely do that. We don't have as many people in the broadcast because I'm not sure what's going on my Facebook page, but something happened. I don't know what is happening, but Emily asked, can I pull a card for you in the general direction? Thank you, Jackie. Jackie, ding, ding, ding. Send me 100 stars. I really appreciate your help. So Emily, let's see. What do you need to know? You have an awakening going on, Emily. This is the awakening card. It's literally called awakening in this deck. And so this is some new epiphany or something, but you're juggling a lot of things. This is 3 things. You can see she's juggling multiple options, 3 things. As far as romantic, that can be a third party situation. It's kind of like the 3 of Cups in tarot. These are not tarot cards, but can be like that. But it means they have like multiple options. I kind of feel like there's some confusion around you, Emily, like which way do I turn or what do I do? And so yeah, so I hope that helps. It's saying believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Have confidence. Look at how confident he is. You know, this is the Sun card. So have some confidence, Emily. Actually, these are not bad cards. These are actually really good cards. But if you're at a crossroads, or if you have multiple directions you can go in, or multiple choices or multiple options, you know, really lean into your heart. I don't know if you ever heard the expression, if it's not an beep F yes, then it's a hell no. And so that's something that is going on. So if it's not a heck yes, then it's a heck no. I'll make it rated PG. You have to have that full body yes. You know, that's what you're looking for. Okay, so Kelly said she would love to have a card. Actually, I'm going to switch decks. Being told to switch decks. I still am getting notices here. I'm not sure what the deal is with my Facebook page. Oop. Well, here we go. Express your truth. I'll see, Kelly. I'm gonna pull a card. Hi, Wendy. Welcome. I can't pull cards for everybody, so but I can do very quick cards because a lot of people are asking tonight. I don't like people to feel like I'm slighting them, but I only have limited time. So let me just do a card for Kelly really quick. What is Kelly? Card for Kelly. Helping children. Okay, this is about kids. It's interesting, Kelly. I think you've gotten this card before. Part of your life purpose involves teaching, guiding, and helping young people. So children are around, and there's might be a thing, even if it's a grown child, there might be something this week that you're going to be dealing with your child, even if it's a grown child. So Holly wants a card for her birthday. I know, Kelly. I don't know. Look, there's all different cards, and Kelly, you keep getting the same one. Let's see. Oh, Lori, okay, you said that you're having trouble with Google Chrome and that you saw me through Firefox on Facebook. Interesting. I don't know. Ah, so weird. All right, Holly, this is your birthday card. What does Holly need to know about her birthday? What does she need to know? Oh, God. Oh, Holly, there you go. The most perfect card. The birth card. It's her birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. All right. New life, such as a baby, an idea, happy news, or an exciting project blossoms within and around you. You have birth, you're giving birth to something new, and it is your solar return. A lot of people are confused about that. This birthday, the thing we are celebrating, okay, every year, is when the sun returns to the same spot when we were born. It's called the solar return, and that is the birthday, when the sun is on top of the sun. So yeah, I hope that helps. Okay, let's see here. Somebody else asked, I can't remember. Oh, Wendy. Wendy, you wanted a quick card. All right, Wendy, I'm going to give you a quick card. Thank you, Lori, for letting me know. I really appreciate it. Big hearts to you too. All right, Wendy. Wendy M. What do we need to know for Wendy? Oh, this is a great card, Wendy. Blocks lifted, Wendy. Okay, blocks lifted. Previous obstacles came from fear, and they are now being lifted away. That's a great card. I like this card. Yay! Hope that helps. And I think I got everybody who asked. I can't remember here. I don't know. Yeah, I think I got everybody that asked for a card. You're welcome. You're welcome, Wendy. All right. Well, thank you guys, as usual, for watching. And I'm going to pull one card for what do we need to know about this full moon. I'm going to use my moon cards. These are moonology cards. And I'm going to pull one card for the full moon. Sometimes I'll pull more. You never know what I'm guided to do. But let's see. What do we need to know about this feisty, complicated full moon? What do we need to know? What do we need to know? Oh my goodness. Well, here we go. Conclusions are within reach. Conclusions are within reach. This is actually full moon eclipse card. These are all either full moon or new moon cards. And I'm gonna pull another one from the Archangel Gabriel deck. This was the Gabriel deck. Unfortunately, this one's unavailable. Because all of Doreen Virtue's cards are unavailable now. You can get like knockoffs on Amazon. All right. So what do we need to know about this particular full moon? What about the conclusions? Yeah, I mean, all full moons are endings, but we have a big ending coming here. Have confidence in your creations, okay? This is saying trust in the power of God's creativity, which is being manifested through us. You know, this is the thing about this full moon, because I do think this full moon is going to be complicated. You know, if God is using creativity or the universe or Buddha or whoever you pray to, doesn't matter. There's creative solutions here. So yeah, there might be a beginning, there might be an ending, there might be something that we have to make room for, there might be some kind of thing, but we have to sort of make sure that we deal with things in a creative way. Is it a no, or is it a no, but maybe we could work around it, or a no in this particular incarnation? Maybe there's a different way we could do it. You see what I'm saying? So we have to use our creativity to navigate with this full moon. I think that these two cards together are very telling, that we have to sort of, if something kind of comes to a halt, or that we have to release or let up or whatever, maybe it's not entirely dead in the water. Maybe there's some other way that, you know, a workaround, or, you know, some other kind of thing that we can do. So I hope that helps. I am, as you know, available for private sessions. If you want to contact me either through text message, which is absolutely the best way to contact me, or through my direct messages on Instagram or Facebook. Sometimes it takes me a few days to get to them. That's why I said text messages quicker, but I will respond, trust me. And yeah, thank you so much, you guys, for continuing to follow, continuing to watch. And yeah, I love you all and have a great night. Namaste and happy full moon. Bye.